Hello and welcome to Tech Review Uncensored. Today, we have a very exciting episode, as we are going to compare two of the most anticipated smartphones of 2023, the Apple iPhone 15 Pro and the Xiaomi 13T. These two devices are both flagship models from their respective brands, and they offer some amazing features and specifications. But which one is better? Which one should you buy? Let's find out in this comprehensive comparison. Design and build. The iPhone 15 Pro and the Xiaomi 13T have very different designs and builds. The iPhone 15 Pro has a 6.1-inch OLED display with a notch at the top, while the Xiaomi 13T has a 6.67-inch AMOLED display with a punch-hole camera at the center. The iPhone 15 Pro has a ceramic shield screen protection, while the Xiaomi 13T has a Corning Gorilla Glass 5 protection. The iPhone 15 Pro has a stainless steel frame and a glass back, while the Xiaomi 13T has an aluminum frame and a plastic back. The iPhone 15 Pro is also IP68 rated for water and dust resistance, while the Xiaomi 13T is not. The iPhone 15 Pro is smaller, lighter, and thinner than the Xiaomi 13T. It measures 146 by 72 by 7.4 millimeters and weighs 187 grams, while the Xiaomi 13T measures 164 by 77 by 8.8 millimeters and weighs 206 grams. The iPhone 15 Pro comes in 4 colors: silver, graphite, gold, and blue, while the Xiaomi 13T comes in 3 colors: black, white, and blue. Both phones have a triple camera setup at the back, but with different configurations. The iPhone 15 Pro has a 48 megapixels wide-angle lens, a 12 megapixels telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom, a 12 megapixels ultra-wide-angle lens, and a lidar scanner for depth sensing. The Xiaomi 13T has a 50 megapixels wide-angle lens, a 50 megapixels ultra-wide-angle lens, a 12 megapixels telephoto lens with 2x optical zoom, and an LED flash. Both phones have a dual-tone LED flash at the back. The iPhone 15 Pro has a single speaker at the bottom, while the Xiaomi 13T has stereo speakers at the top and bottom. Both phones have a USB Type-C port at the bottom for charging and data transfer. The iPhone 15 Pro does not have a headphone jack or a micro SD card slot, while the Xiaomi 13T has both. Performance. The iPhone 15 Pro and the Xiaomi 13T are both powered by very powerful processors. The iPhone 15 Pro has the Apple A17 Pro chip, which is a hexa-core processor with 2 high-performance cores clocked at 3.78 GHz and 4 efficiency cores clocked at 2.02 GHz. The Xiaomi 13T has the MediaTek Dimensity 9200 Plus chip, which is an octa-core processor with 1 high-performance core clocked at 3.1 GHz, 3 performance cores clocked at 3 GHz, and 4 efficiency cores clocked at 2 GHz. The iPhone 15 Pro has 3 variants: one with 128 GB of internal storage and 8 GB of RAM, one with 256 GB of internal storage and 8 GB of RAM, and one with 512 GB of internal storage and 8 GB of RAM. The Xiaomi 13T has 2 variants: one with 256 GB of internal storage and 12 GB of RAM, and one with 512 GB of internal storage and 12 GB of RAM. Both phones run on different operating systems. The iPhone 15 Pro runs on iOS 17, while the Xiaomi 13T runs on MIUI 14 based on Android 13. In terms of benchmarks, the iPhone 15 Pro scores higher than the Xiaomi 13T in single-core performance, but lower in multi-core performance. According to Geekbench 6, the iPhone 15 Pro scores 2,948 points in single-core test and 10,476 points in multi-core test, while the Xiaomi 13T scores 2070 points in single-core test and 10,932 points in multi-core test. In terms of gaming, both phones can handle most modern games smoothly, but the Xiaomi 13T has an edge over the iPhone 15 Pro due to its higher display refresh rate of 144 Hz versus 120 Hz. The Xiaomi 13T also supports higher wattage charging of 67 watts versus 30 watts for the iPhone 15 Pro, which means it can charge faster from 0 to full in 48 minutes. Camera. The iPhone 15 Pro and the Xiaomi 13T have very impressive cameras, but with different strengths and weaknesses. The iPhone 15 Pro has a better video recording quality than the Xiaomi 13T, as it can record 4K videos at 60 frames per second with all its rear cameras, while the Xiaomi 13T can only record 4K videos at 30 frames per second with its main camera. The iPhone 15 Pro also has a better optical zoom than the Xiaomi 13T, as it can zoom up to 3 times with its telephoto lens, while the Xiaomi 13T can only zoom up to 2 times with its telephoto lens. The iPhone 15 Pro also has a lidar scanner that can improve the autofocus and depth sensing in low light conditions. The Xiaomi 13T has a higher resolution than the iPhone 15 Pro for both its main and ultra-wide angle cameras, as it has 50 megapixel sensors for both, while the iPhone 15 Pro has 48 megapixels and 12 megapixels sensors respectively. The Xiaomi 13T also has a higher resolution for its front-facing camera, as it has a 20 megapixel sensor, while the iPhone 15 Pro has a 12 megapixel sensor. The Xiaomi 13T also has a slow motion recording feature that can capture videos at 960 frames per second, while the iPhone 15 Pro does not have this feature. Both phones have HDR support and Dolby Vision for their displays and cameras, which means they can produce more vivid and realistic colors and contrast. Both phones also have night mode and portrait mode for their cameras, which means they can capture better photos in low light conditions and with blurred backgrounds. Battery. The Xiaomi 13T has a much larger battery capacity than the iPhone 15 Pro, as it has a 5000 mAh battery, while the iPhone 15 Pro has a 3274 mAh battery. This means that the Xiaomi 13T can last longer on a single charge than the iPhone 15 Pro, especially if you use the high refresh rate mode or play intensive games. However, the iPhone 15 Pro has some advantages over the Xiaomi 13T in terms of battery features. The iPhone 15 Pro supports wireless charging up to 7.5 watts, while the Xiaomi 13T does not support wireless charging at all. The iPhone 15 Pro also supports reverse wireless charging, which means it can charge other devices wirelessly by placing them on its back. The iPhone 15 Pro also has a more efficient processor and operating system than the Xiaomi 13T, which means it can optimize its battery usage better. According to some tests, the iPhone 15 Pro can last up to 10 hours of web browsing, 11 hours of video playback, or 65 hours of audio playback on a single charge, while the Xiaomi 13T can last up to 14 hours of web browsing, 16 hours of video playback, or 80 hours of audio playback on a single charge. Connectivity. Both phones support 5G networks, which means they can offer faster and more reliable internet speeds than 4G networks. Both phones also support Wi-Fi 6 and Wi-Fi 6E, which are the latest standards for wireless networks that offer higher bandwidth and lower latency than previous versions. However, the Xiaomi 13T also supports Wi-Fi 7, which is an upcoming standard that promises even faster and more secure wireless connections. Both phones have Bluetooth 5, which is a wireless technology that allows them to connect to other devices such as headphones, speakers, or smartwatches. However, the Xiaomi 13T has a newer version of Bluetooth, which is Bluetooth 5.4, which offers some improvements such as longer range and lower power consumption. Both phones have NFC, which is a technology that allows them to make contactless payments or share data with other devices by tapping them together. Both phones also have GPS, which is a technology that allows them to determine their location and navigate using maps or other apps. However, the Xiaomi 13T has some additional features that the iPhone 15 Pro does not have. The Xiaomi 13T has a fingerprint scanner on its side, which is a biometric security feature that allows it to unlock the phone or authenticate transactions by scanning your finger. The Xiaomi 13T also has an infrared port on its top, which is a feature that allows it to control other devices such as TVs or air conditioners by emitting infrared signals. The iPhone 15 Pro and the Xiaomi 13T are both amazing smartphones that offer some of the best features and specifications in the market. However, they also have some differences that might make one more suitable for you than the other. That's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more tech reviews and comparisons. Also, let me know in the comments which phone you would pick and why. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.